welcome people, football lovers around the world. This is a new segment on FROTIVITY podcast called Football Gist with Ehis Anthony. My name is Ehis Anthony, like you all know me, and we have a debutant on the show today. So what I'm targeting in this segment is kind of like targeting professionals in the sense of not football professionals, but professionals in other fields like engineers, scientists, doctors, software engineers, software developers, all sort of professionals, you name it. That is what I'm targeting on this segment, because I discovered that most of them, they love football. They have a story that has to do with football. That one way or the other, they found themselves, talking about football, watching football. Most of them, they have a team they support, be it in England, Spain, Italy, or even the Nigerian league. But I noticed that they don't have that opportunity to air their opinion when it comes to talking about football. The only place they could talk about it is probably in their offices or among friends when they hang out in bars and all that. But coming out to a platform where they can give their own analysis, air their own opinion, is something that is kind of like difficult. But on FROTIVITY, we're giving them the opportunity to do that, and that's why we have this segment called Football Gist with Ehis Anthony. So I have a debutant, like I mentioned earlier. His name is Tijanee, and he's an HR specialist, human resource specialist, a recruiter, by the way. So I'll allow Tijanee to introduce himself on the show. Hi, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Hi, how you doing?
Yeah. We're good. So there's a lot of topics we'll be discussing today, actually. Starting with Ronaldo's topic. We all know he has gone back to United, gone back to his first love. But before we dive into the topic, I would like Tijanee to share with us his football story. How did he come about loving or supporting or talking about football?
It started while I was in primary school. Back then, I was just into the whole national team stuff and the like. But then, with time, I just started developing love because I come from a home where everyone loves sports. Honestly speaking, my dad is a die-hard fan. So, he's a die-hard fan of Nigeria, actually. So, all the stories of back then, when they were talking about Nigeria doing their glory days and everything, it just brought the love in me. And then again, growing up as a kid with my friends, we play ball on the street and stuff like that. So, when I would say I finally got into club football, was the year Arsenal went to the Champions League final that year. I'm back on fire. Arsenal were on fire with Henry and everybody, and I was like, damn, I need to pick a club. And I was like, if I'm going to go into this stuff, whichever team that wins the Champions League final is who I'm going to support. And deep down in my heart, I wanted it to be Arsenal, honestly speaking, because I actually loved it. But unluckily, Barca clinched the Champions League, and I just fell in love. Like, oh no, I guess this is my team. So I started out as a Barca fan before drifting to Chelsea because of my love.
Interesting.
Yeah, Drogba was my love, and he changed my whole perception. And I was also a striker, so back then I saw him as a mentor, like the style of play and everything.
Interesting. From Barcelona, being a Barcelona fan, all the way you drifted to being a Chelsea fan. I understand there's always an Arsenal story in the mix of any supporter of football in Nigeria. There's always an Arsenal that has to do with it. But it's good that you found your way to Chelsea and not Arsenal, because right now Arsenal fans are really, really, getting mocked, getting memed day after day, week after week, month after month. Like for me, I'm an Arsenal fan. There's no denying. Everybody that is following us on FROTIVITY, they know I'm an Arsenal fan. And I get a whole lot of stick from my boss every Monday. You going to work every Monday, and Arsenal, like last week when they got thumped by Manchester City, I knew Monday was going to be hell for me because my boss was going to make it life miserable for me. And So now, do you know the most surprising thing of all? He's an Arsenal fan himself. So he keeps saying,
Wow.
Arsenal, Arsenal, Arsenal. When would you guys win? When would you guys win the trophy? And he just gives me a lot of stick. But it's all good for you that you found yourself, supporting Chelsea. Chelsea right now, they're the pride of London. Looking at the stats, looking at the title they've won in the past 10 years, you could say yes, arguably that they are the pride of London. Not Chelsea, not Arsenal, not Tottenham.
They are the most successful club in England for the past decade, actually.
Yeah, but if we're to put in perspective, looking at years football started, the most successful is Liverpool, followed by Manchester United, then followed by Arsenal. Yeah. I think that's the order. Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal. But yes, you're correct.
That's right.
Yeah. For the past 10 years, Chelsea are the most successful club in England and also in London. So at times I try not to argue when those Chelsea fans come at me. There's a crazy Chelsea fan we have on Footy With. We have in Footy With rather. His name is Chimamaka. He's a crazy Chelsea fan. I hope one of those days you guys will hook up and have. There's this other thing we do also on Footy With. We have a club fan corner. So we targeted just three of the most popular clubs: Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester United. I think the Manchester United guys will be having their fan corner episode today by 7 o'clock. So you guys can check that out on our YouTube channel, where they just talk everything Manchester United. The Chelsea guys as well talk about everything Chelsea, while the Arsenal talk about everything Arsenal. So probably one of these days, Chimamaka is the host of that part. Probably could just hook you up and invite you over so you guys can talk everything Chelsea. I think it's something you relish.
Yeah, definitely.
You see another Chelsea fan that is crazy about Chelsea. Do you know the guy who watches Chelsea ladies?
Wow. I'm just thinking, that's another level.
This Chimamaka of a guy, he watches Chelsea ladies, he watches the under 17, he watches the under 21, and I'm like, guy, what the heck? He's a real fan.
Yeah, that's bad, honestly.
So it's good. You shared the story of that. I think everybody had that story where, like for me, I pick up football from my dad. My dad too is a crazy football fan, so I picked it up from him. So did you play football at any level? Locally?
Yeah, I do.
Amateur? Professional?
Yeah, amateur. Based on street stuff and all. And then we developed. Again, I played for a church also.
Oh, okay.
Back then when I played for a church also. So we played this inter-church competition. Although I'm a Muslim, but because of the church in our community, and they were like, okay, why don't you come and join the team? And so I just joined the club's team and the church's team. So we play different competitions with other churches yearly. Like
That's
cup tournament.
That's the crazy thing about football. Football don't know if you're a Christian or a Muslim or a pagan. It brings everybody together. It brings everybody together. Yeah, so real. So moving on straight. Ronaldo to United. Nobody saw that coming, because most of the news we heard then was Man City. Man City was at the forefront of picking Ronaldo, and all of a sudden, few hours into the day, we saw the story changing. We saw Ole, his press conference, where he was really, hyping up Ronaldo, and his comments in that press conference before the game against Wolves, made everybody to think, is this deal going to pull through for Manchester United? Is he going to sign for Manchester United? Is he not going to sign for Manchester City? And voila, we saw him, agreeing to join Manchester United. And we saw agent Sir Alex Ferguson working. He had a hand in that deal. Most Manchester United fans don't want to agree with me, but I am so sure Sir Alex Ferguson had a hand in that deal. He played his agent role well. Mm. He played the agent's role very, very well. He played it so well. So well. So what do you have to say about Ronaldo to United?
Honestly, it's not a deal I expected. I was actually looking forward to seeing him in Man City, honestly speaking, because I believe that was where it was going to be more successful because of the team. Man City is a team built on the midfield. Like, they have good, very, very good, top-notch midfielders. And that was the team I saw that, yes, even if Ronaldo went to, he was going to bag in the goals, where he could actually contend for the Ballon d'Or. In my view, honestly, I doubt that. Like, the only or the most creative player there is Bruno. Over his arrogance isn't going to make him do so much there, honestly speaking. So, honestly speaking, I wouldn't lie. I think
so Manchester United fans will come for you there with that analysis you just made.
I'm just being factual, for real. I'm just being factual.
But
honestly,
yeah, it's a dream come true for a lot of United fans. Ronaldo at 36, going to 37, and it seems to be the signing of the window for Manchester United. I think his signing usurped that of Jadon Sancho and also Varane from Madrid, because Ole has been in the helm of his affairs for 2.5 seasons now, and he has not been able to win any trophy for Manchester United. The best he has taken Manchester United to was the Europa League final last season, which they lost to Villarreal. But do you see this as an impetus to help Ole win trophy, Ronaldo joining United?
Honestly, I still don't see United winning a trophy this season. And the fact is because of the coach. Honestly, Ole is not a coach that is wired to win trophies. There are certain coaches like that. They are good, quite all right. But when it comes to making certain key decisions, they lack that. And Ole is a coach like that.
Wow. But for me, I feel looking at Ole's reign at Manchester United when he took over the special one in Jose Mourinho, you could see the projection.
Yeah.
The first season, semi-final Champions League, semi-final Carabao Cup, semi-final FA Cup. Last season, the same thing. I think it was in the semi-final of 2 competitions. No, he wasn't once. He crashed out of semi-final in one competition. I can't remember the competition. And also got into the Europa League final. So this season, this signings could be the last jigsaw that will solve his puzzle. Who knows? Anything could happen. I know you're not having it, TJ, but I'm just trying to see how I can convince you.
No problem. We'll see now. The season has started, so we'll see what happens. What pops.
So, in your own opinion, you don't see Ronaldo going to United helping this guy out?
Really? Okay, if I'm being honest, I'm trying to be fair. I'm not. Let me not say honest because I'm honest. When I say initially is honest, but if I'm being fair, okay, let me just give them something. I would say probably they might treat the FA Cup. Probably.
Okay.
Because that's the most realistic title they can win. But aside that, I don't see them changing anything.
So just another, like I said, I don't want this to be like an analysis thing. I just want it to be like a gist, football gist, Ronaldo coming into United, we already saw what's his name? The Welsh guy, I've forgotten his name. The number 20, James, yeah, we're already seeing him, being shipped out, moved on to Leeds. What does Ronaldo, does he bring an unbalance into that team? Looking at the front line, you have Martial, you have Rashford, and you have Mason Greenwood. Ronaldo definitely starting, whether Ole likes it or not. Cavani as well. So, and you're signing a 36-year-old for a 2-year deal. So by then he will be 39 at the end of his deal. You will be 39. You have a Martial, you have a Rashford. I think Martial is in the last year of his contract, if I'm mistaken. Cavani is in the last year of his contract as well. Rashford, I don't know. I don't have any information on that. How is this a big task for Ole to be able to bring a balance to the United frontmen, or front line rather?
Yeah, I feel so. I feel there's going to be a balance. He's going to make everything work because normally he plays based on, how would I say, it's sentimental in some of the selections.
Mm-hmm.
Because for a fact that you would play James over Lingard, that's not something that I would say a coach is licensing. It's just the truth. So I believe based on how things are going, I believe it's changing perspective. So something good will come up. There will be a balance.
Yeah, but TJ doesn't see Ole winning any trophy. He doesn't see his own perspective though, not mine. He doesn't see Ronaldo coming into United, helping Ole to win trophies. He doesn't see that. He doesn't want to have that. So let's move on to Barcelona. We all know what happened. Barcelona. We all know the elephant that left the room. Yeah. We know the elephant that left the room. So what's your take? Do you think Barcelona can survive without Messi?
100%. I'm being real. I'm being serious. And I've been telling so many people this, that Barca is going to contend for the title this season. But everyone is just like, nah. But I'm being serious. They are going to contend for the title this season.
You think so?
Firepower too.
You think so? But
I'm even rooting for them to clinch.
You're rooting for
Barcelona to clinch the league. That's just the thing about football. Always expect the unexpected.
Yeah, but when you look at it in this way, Messi has been in that team for over 15 years, if I'm not mistaken. And the whole team, in terms of structure, has been built around Messi. Most managers, I think the managers that would have managed Barcelona ever since Messi had joined the senior team will be more than 5 managers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
There will be more than 5 managers, and you could see the prototype, the blueprint is the Barcelona team should be built around Messi. And even when Koeman joined them last season, you could still see the instruction out there. Build this team around Messi. Regardless of the contract situation that is going on behind the scene, you must build the team in such a way that they play around Messi. Is this a big task rather for Koeman to be able to push Barcelona to that level without Messi? Because for me, I feel it's going to be difficult when all these years it's been around this person and all of a sudden you want to make that change. It might not work. But do you think it's a big task for Koeman?
No, I don't see it that way. Because honestly, this is one transfer I believe he has been pushing for. Deep down, if you should check Koeman's hands, I'm sure he wanted Messi to go. Because of it's just the truth. No coach just wants. Some coaches actually are like that. Like they want to build a team around one particular player. But that's football back then. It doesn't work now. You need diversity. You need something different. You can't say that's the only person that has to score. He has to be the only person you should be giving the ball to. He has to be the only person nah, it doesn't work that way anymore. Back then, yes, but now, no. So you need diversity. And now when you have various options, you have various players, everyone wants to be their best. Everyone wants to be the next Messi. Everyone wants to be the next Messiah. So they're going to definitely step up their game. They're definitely going to be top notch on point. They want to prove something that yes, they actually can do this without Messi. So I see them going far. I see them probably clinching the league. I see them fighting. I see them being a very, very strong competitor this season locally. I wouldn't say Europe too, but locally, yes.
So you think it's not a big task for Ronald Koeman in restructuring, building the club to that level where they need to be? You know, the reason I'm saying that is we could see example Manchester United. Another example is an Arsenal. we had both teams. These two teams, they had something peculiar in common. Managers being there over 15 years. We saw when Sir Alex Ferguson, decided to resign. Now Manchester United have had like 3 managers. They've had they started with Moyes at West Ham now, took Gullit in, brought in Jose Mourinho, and now they have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So that's 4 managers after Sir Alex Ferguson left. Manchester United is still on that struggling part. Even while I said Ronaldo coming in could help them win trophies, you are not seeing it that way. So we could see, in terms of the winning trophies that they've been used to, is still kind of like shaky. Arsenal on that part, we all know the story. Ever since Wenger left, it's been kind of like downward spiral. Even despite what they're trying to build, they claim. Yes, it's even worse before he left. Like the last days of Arsene Wenger, they won FA Cups. I think they still won a trophy. He won.
Yeah, I think I won a FA Cup also now, so we just can't use that definitely.
Yeah, so it's going to be very. You were saying Barcelona will not have that issue. They will do well locally, but I'm of the opinion it will be very, very difficult for them to rebuild. Life after Messi will be very, very difficult.
Well, I'm not saying it that way, honestly. It's just a real fact. Honestly, I'm not saying it that way. Koeman is actually a good coach. I would say he has his own issues with the issue of Tijanee. He has his own issues. I don't know why he lets players like that using people that are able. But then he has his business, he has his choices, and he's a top coach, world-class coach. He has
experienced. Experienced.
Yeah. So I think that for a person who wants to do this, he knows what he wants, he knows what he's going for. He's not that he just started the game yesterday. So definitely, the players he signed are players he wants, players that he knows they can deliver for him.
Okay.
So I think he's going his way.
Barcelona.
And they've been up 5 at this season.
Well, it's just 2 games into the season, 2 or 3 games into the season. Can you judge with that?
Do something. The pattern of play. Despite how Atletico were pressing, Athletic Bilbao were pressing them, they actually tried. They pulled off, they came back, they go down, and they had a fighting spirit. So, let's do something.
So, TJ's opinion, Barcelona is going to sojourn despite Messi leaving. So, life after Messi will be good for Barcelona, in TJ's opinion. Nice one. Lovely. Yeah. But moving on. Yeah. Moving on to this guy. Whatever is wrong with Mbappe. What's happening? Mbappe, Real Madrid. There's this kind of show of love between both teams. And I saw something earlier today, and I would like to share that with you. It was just a question. And the person asked, I think I saw it on Twitter. And the person asked, who is crazier between these 2 parties? Madrid, being offered 200 million, Madrid offering 200 million euros for a player they can get for free next month, or PSG rejecting the amount of money despite Mbappe not extending his deal for now. Who's crazier between these 2?
Honestly, I can't answer that question because it's so confusing. But then, football things change quickly. I think PSG are confident that they are going to persuade him to sign. So that's why I believe they are confident, because no one wants to lose. You sign a player for, I guess, 180 million euros, and then you just want to lose him like that. No. No one wants bad business, irrespective of how wealthy the team is. No one wants bad business. So I believe they have a card or 2 up their sleeves that they feel they can play, and it will go in favor of them.
Who is that? Real Madrid, you mean?
Oh, PSG.
PSG. But yeah, like you said, nothing is certain because by December, Mbappe turns to be a free agent, and he can have discussions with any club outside the French league. And we could see Real Madrid being desperate. I'll call it desperate because they really want to sign Mbappe. I think at the time I heard Mbappe giving in a transfer request. I don't know what happened. I don't know how that went out. But on the final day of the deadline, we saw Real Madrid rejecting 200 million euros for. We saw PSG rejecting that amount of money, and we saw Real Madrid bringing this money in. So my next question is, Real Madrid claim they are broke. We saw Barcelona, Real Madrid lashing out their financial statement saying they are broke. So why are they saying this money for Mbappe, 200 million euros? I'm not a financial agent here. I'm not an FBI.
I can't even explain what's going on in Perez's head. As at April this year, he made a statement saying Madrid can't sign player like Mbappe because of the Super League isn't in play, because of so many teams just trying to sell the Super League and stuff like that. And then the Super League isn't in play, and then you still were able to drop a bid for this player. Abba, who are they riding now? It's not going to be like that, definitely. So I honestly can't say what's going on in that team's head. I was shocked too when they were coming out for the time.
Well, we heard Perez saying a few weeks back that they had a special fund that they had to set money aside called Project Mbappe, and that's where the source of money is coming from. And I'm like, okay, so why did you so why did you come out earlier to say you guys are broke in terms of your financial statement? You know, it's so crazy when you hear this thing. But I think Mbappe really wants to go to Madrid. I think he wants to go to Madrid.
Yeah, he wants to a team where he can be the top dog, and he feels Madrid is the place.
But don't you think he is running too fast ahead of his shadow? Because we saw his performance at the Euros. He didn't score a goal at the Euros. His performance was bad. So why don't you want to be in a team where you could own your skills around?
I honestly want. Sorry?
No, I'm just saying that why the rush? Mbappe is it 21 yet? So if my stat serves me right, is it 21 or over 21 yet?
I think it's 21 or over. I don't think
So why don't you just want to stay in a team that is just stay in that PSG team that have the likes of Messi, that has Neymar, that has Di Maria. They have a whole lot of experience. Even Sergio Ramos just joined. So why don't you want to stay around this team, own your skill, you know, go do the best you can do for the team and improve on yourself rather than just wanting to run over to Madrid? Because I don't see Mbappe as that kind of player that has the shoulders to carry a team. Do you reckon with me? That's what I wanted to say earlier. Honestly, I don't want to make any comments on Mbappe because last week I was with a couple of guys and we were discussing, and then someone brought the whole name of Mbappe, and I was like, nah, that guy just doesn't really cut it to a certain level for me. And they were like, no, why am I saying that stuff like that? So I'm trying to watch why I say in regards to Mbappe, so people will come for my head. But the thing is, your opinion is your opinion. And we could for me, I share that your sentiment, and I can back it up with his recent performance at the Euros. He couldn't do anything for France. He couldn't.
I even made a statement like last 2 seasons when they went for the Champions League final. Although he was among the players that carried them to the final, but then in the final, he completely lost.
He crumbled.
PSG should have clinched that. They should have clinched it. And then I just say that, okay, if you can carry a team from scratch, taking them to where it matters the most, and then you just go completely off grid. Then what was not the purpose?
True.
And there's no purpose. This is Kai Havertz of last season. He really didn't get the ground broken when he started. But what he did in the Champions League final, he still talked about it today.
Yeah.
So that's just the thing. Where it matters the most, if you step up, that's where you're going to get recognized. Not that you carried on from here to there and you didn't do anything when it matters the most. It's just waste.
Where it matters most, really, where it matters most. With that, we're switching to this guy, Pochettino, where it matters most. He was brought into PSG for one reason. Like I tell people, the reason a manager is being signed is to win trophies, regardless of whatever you do. If you like I keep telling my Manchester United friends, yes, Ole has broken the record of Arsenal going on away games without losing through the span of 3 seasons he has been there, or 2 seasons. But the bottom line is, he still hasn't won a trophy. And that is going to come back to haunt him, whether he likes it or not. Like we just analyzed earlier, is Ronaldo coming into United is going to help Ole win the trophy. So on this guy, Pochettino, he joined them last season, taking over Tuchel rather, and PSG went the whole season without winning the league. They lost the league to Lyon, and now this season he has been helped financially, signing players, bringing in players, experienced players, the likes of Messi, the likes of Ramos, the likes of Donnarumma. He has a big squad right now. So I just want to ask this, what defines success for Pochettino? Winning the UCL or League One?
Winning the UCL with that firepower. Nah. The leading coach is winning the UCL. Winning the UCL. The leading coaches. I can't have such a team and then you're giving me the... No.
But the point still is, if he goes ahead to win the UCL and you don't conquer your local terrain, it's still a failure. Because you know why I'm saying this? PSG, they've won the league how many times? It's not new to them.
Yeah.
It's not new, yes. Even they did that without an outstanding manager. With all due respect to the previous managers they had before, they did that with managers that are not outstanding. But Poch, yes, you still hasn't cut it out in terms of your number of years with Espanyol, your number of years with Tottenham.
Because Emery is an outstanding manager, honestly speaking. I wouldn't say that because this is someone that's been keeping the Europa for years before coming there. So Emery is an outstanding manager.
Yeah, but he struggled when it came to the EPL. He did struggle. Because
of the team, even he wasn't but if he wasn't the better team ever, it would have succeeded. Even West Ham would have been, but sorry, no offense again. But West Ham would have done more with West Ham compared to what he did after.
Okay. So are you saying if Pochettino goes ahead to win the UCL, UEFA Champions League, and not win the League One, is success?
Yes, to me, it's success. Even to the president of PSG, it's success.
Yeah, okay, we understand. Undoubtedly, we understand that Champions League seems to be the holy grail for PSG. Yeah. That is just what they want to win. I think they're in the same.
One of the reasons why they sell Mbappe, because of they want to see this mad combo. They want to see this combo and keep the trophy. They don't want excuses that this is why we didn't win. They want everything that's going to make them win this.
Well, for me, I would say winning both defines success for Pochettino. winning both
Yeah, but
Champions
still,
League and League One. If he
one has
fails,
preference over the other.
well, if he fails in winning both, for me personally, it doesn't define a successful season for him. But if TJ, being my guest, says if he wins the Champions League, it's success. So if he goes ahead to win the League One, what's that?
Winning the League One alone?
Yep.
He failed woefully.
I like that. But for me, looking at the number of transfers that's coming this summer, both. He has no choice. He has to conquer both. The UCL and the League One. That has to
but
be.
If you were to give preference over the other, I would say even winning the UCL defines a success. Honestly.
Yeah, true. I agree with you on that. Yep. You want to say something, even?
I want to say, okay, in the case of Arsenal now, let's say Arsenal has not won the league, I don't know in how many years, and they never won the Champions League before. And just giving Arteta the firepower he needs and everything, and then he clinches the Champions League. What would you call success for him? If the rules are reversed, what Arteta, what Poch has in Man City is what Arteta has now. What would you define as success for him?
Well, yeah, Arsenal won the league last 2004, as 17 years ago. And Arsenal has never won the Champions League. Yeah, I think Champions League. Yeah, true. Champions League. If he gets to qualify for Champions League and he goes ahead to win the Champions League, that's success, man. Success.
Yeah.
And just to add to this, did you know that PSG is one of the teams in French league that hasn't won the Champions League? Olympique Marseille has done that. I think Olympique Marseille is the only team that has won the Champions League in the French league. So that's true. It will. Yeah, true. True, man. True. TJ said that.
I pray it doesn't. Because I'm having doubts. Honestly speaking.
You pray he does what? Champions League or League One?
I pray Champions League. But I'm having doubts.
I think they and Man City, they're in the same boat. Man City, Champions League seems to be the holy grail for Guardiola and the owners of Manchester City. Same is happening to PSG as well. So, what would now make it interesting is seeing a Man City PSG final. I would love to see that. I know as a Chelsea fan, you wouldn't agree. You wouldn't agree to that. I know you don't agree to that.
I wouldn't agree at all. The only team I want to see in the final is Chelsea and any other team.
Yeah. Shows you're a Chelsea fan. But before we round off, it's been interesting having this football gist with you, TJ, smart recruiter. It is an HR human resource specialist. So in case you want to hit him out, you want to have any issues with your CV, writing your CVs, you want someone to hook you up in getting a job, you could just hook up with TJ. He's the best man to do that. But it's good having you on the football gist with Ehis, Anthony. But before you go, quick one, just a little bit of riddle here. So if you have the opportunity to pick between Varane and Christensen as the best defender, who do you pick?
I wouldn't lie. Let sentiments aside, I would say Varane because of his CV speaks a lot. He's won a lot of titles. This is a World Cup winner, so I would say Varane.
Cool. Okay, between what's this guy's name? This Man City, this new signing, Grealish, and Lukaku. Who's the best signing?
It's obvious now. It's obvious. It's Lukaku definitely.
Lukaku goes into that rank as the best signing.
Yeah.
Tuchel and Guardiola. Who's the best manager?
It's definitely Tuchel. I'm not okay. This is me being sentimental because of this one. I'm going to be sentimental. I'm not honestly. I'm not a Pep fan. I'm not a Pep fan. So it's going to definitely be my coach. I'm not a Pep fan.
It's understandable. It's understandable. It's nice doing this with you, TJ. Thank you so much for being on this episode, Football Gist with Ehis Anthony. We're going to share this episode. We're going to put it up on our platforms, on our YouTube channel, and also on our platforms, podcast platforms, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So you can either watch the video on YouTube, or you can just listen to the audio version of this episode. Would enjoin you to like us on our YouTube, on our YouTube channel. I think we'll have 62 subscribers. Damn, we need to grow that channel. You can follow us on our YouTube channel. Yeah, it's difficult growing our channel, but we hope we get there someday. And also like us on our YouTube platform. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, and also we're on Twitter. For our listeners outside Nigeria, we are on Twitter. If you're in Nigeria, we are not on Twitter. Don't follow us on Twitter. The government has banned Twitter. Yeah. Thank you, TJ. Any last words before you zoom off?
Thanks a lot. Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed myself. It was very fun, and I look forward to having another chat. And also for the Chelsea stuff, I look forward to meeting with your colleague.
Yeah, I'll hook you up with Chimamaka straight away. I'll hook you up straight away. That's not an issue. I'll hook you up with him. Thank you very much for your time on the Football Gist with Ehis Anthony. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend.
Thanks a lot.